I'm Kazoo with Sherman Builders, and this is my coworker DJ.
Hey.
We're going to show you how to fix the risk of wildfire ignition to your home. Today we're installing gutter guards to prevent buildup of debris at the edge of your roof. We're installing them in metal gutters, which are great, and we're making sure that that vulnerable roof edge is protected with metal on all sides so that if embers travel during an ember shower and land in the gutters, they have no ability to ignite your roof. Step 1, clean your gutters. We're gonna remove all the debris that's been accumulating in here and make sure there's no lichen or other material caked on the gutters. Step 2, we're gonna water test. We wanna make sure that the water is draining properly and there's no leaks before we install our gutter guards and close this system off.
Again?
Yeah. So you're gonna fill your entire gutter system, check every part of it, make sure there's no leaks underneath and that there's no puddles staying in the gutters after you spray. Looks like it's running really nicely in both directions. Yeah, great. We're ready to install. All right, step 3, install the gutter guards. Take a look here. We have a metal flashing piece here. It's a little L flashing for the drip edge. That's covering the most vulnerable part of the roof. It's the area where the sheathing and the tar paper are exposed sometimes. So if you encounter a gutter that has an exposed sheathing and or tar paper, you want to cover it with a little metal L flashing. Now we're ready to pry up the end of your shingle and slide the gutter guard in. You may encounter roofing nails on some roofs in this location, in which case you'll need to notch out around the nail on the back side of your gutter guard. In this case, we don't seem to have any nails, so get under here. A cat's paw or a 5-in-1 can be a really useful tool for this. You don't want to damage the shingles, so just be gentle as you pry them to make way for the gutter guard. I'm making careful to go over the tar paper and under the shingle. So there's an adhesive strip on the underside of most of these gutter guards, and peel off that edge, that plastic strip. And now we're gonna press it into place and follow it with a few screws. Make sure to pull it as far forward as possible so you get as much connection on the gutter guard edge and the gutter as possible. It comes with some 1/4-inch hex head screws here. They're self-tapping metal screws. See here, we've got a little drill bit on the end of them. So we have a 1/4-inch driver bit here. And I like to go on the farthest out position so we get good contact. Over time, metal will swell and shrink with heat and cold. So we like to do about 1 screw every 8 to 12 inches so that there's not any bowing over time. It's also important, you're gonna screw it just until it touches. If you go farther, you'll start to strip out the hole. So the moment I feel resistance, I back off with my driver. And make sure you want to not be right at the very end, but come in about 1.5 or 2 inches. And there we go. We're ready to keep it going. Okay, so we've come to our last piece. We're just about done. We need to cut this out of miter. And so we're going to take our measurement in place. And then let me show you. So we're gonna cut a 45-degree angle on our corners so that the gutter guards meet perfectly and we leave a little bit of overlapping mesh. So for our purposes, we're using an angle grinder with a cutoff wheel to cut the frames at a 45 degree. And then we come through with the snips and leave a tail of about 2 inches of your mesh so that when you put the 2 pieces together at the corner, they overlap and make sure there's no gaps. Because we're in a fire-prone area and it's starting to get dry, we're gonna go ahead and wet this area because when we use the angle grinder, there's gonna be sparks. Okay, so we're ready to install now. And I'm gonna just clear the channel, make sure I have a nice area to install here. Just gently wedging up, and oh, there's a roofing nail here, so I'm gonna actually pry it up so I can slide underneath it in between the tar paper and the shingle, and then we'll hit it back down through the mesh. You wanna make sure that you overlap your mesh so that there's not any gaps. Okay, and now that we've got it under there, we're gonna hit our roofing nail back into its same hole. And there we go. We have fixed the risk.